Hey guys, so for this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys a few moves I like to do on my hand balancing canes. So these vary in level, so there's beginner, advanced, intermediate, so feel free to try whichever ones you're comfortable with. Also, don't forget to warm up first and stretch. It'll make these moves a lot easier and safer to do, especially if you're not in a gym. Just a heads up, if you're doing these inside, I do them inside, don't use canes that are too high because you'll be touching the ceiling, and also don't go too close to TVs, tables, anything that you can knock down, break, or injure yourself on. So for the crocodile, you want to wedge your elbow into your hip bone, and then you put all of your weight onto that elbow. Once you're comfy in that position and you're well balanced, you can try taking off one hand. All of your weight is going to be on the arm which you're leaning on anyways. So once you have the crocodile down pretty well, it's not too hard to lift up one arm. For the one-handed split, you want to start in a one-handed croc position, then slowly shift your weight more to the right and get into a sort of stag position. Then you want to grab your front leg and slowly extend both of your legs into the split, and remember to really use your muscles. If you really want to get into that 180-degree split, then having an oversplit helps, and also you need to build strength in your legs. Remember to keep all of your weight onto that elbow and shift your weight so that you find your balance, and really stretch your front leg the furthest out possible. The arch croc is essentially a normal one-armed croc, except you need to really squeeze your back muscles and bring your chest forward while arching your back, and it's a lot harder to balance in, so this will need a bit more practice. When you do a shoulder handstand, you want to place your shoulders onto your fingertips. Make sure they're not too far forward or back. Once you can easily balance in a shoulder stand, you can try a bunch of fun variations like a stag, a split, or arched, but you really want to make sure that most of your weight is on the palms of your hand and not on your shoulders, even though it doesn't look like that. It's just safer to do, and it'll be a lot easier that way. Also, remember to really squeeze your abs in this position because it's really what helps you balance and not fall over. Before attempting this, you should be able to do a front walkover on the floor. Start by kicking up into a shoulder handstand, and then arch your back and place your foot on the floor. Then slowly get back up by pushing yourself off of your canes. You can easily transition from a crocodile to a shoulder handstand by slowly leaning forward and transferring your weight from your elbow to your shoulders and wrists. You can also easily do the opposite way. The technique for this trick is similar to the front walkover. You need to shift your weight from one hand to the other, sort of like in a regular cartwheel. There's a lot of different techniques to mount canes, but I'll be showing you 3 different ones. The first one is kind of like a normal kick up into a handstand like on the floor, except you're going to be using a lot more power because you need more height and momentum to get onto your cane. For this technique, you can either use your front leg to push extra hard off the floor, or you can use your opposite leg and swing it underneath your canes to gather momentum. I prefer using the opposite leg to swing. This is essentially the same thing as the last technique, except since your foot is going to be on the tip of your cane, you won't have to kick up as hard. Only put the tip of your foot on the cane because if not, you won't have enough room for your hand. When you're kicking up, don't forget to lean your shoulders forward to balance your weight. What's good about this trick is that you can do it on canes of any height. To do a scoop up, you start in a crocodile position, then swing your legs over your head while pushing up into a handstand. If you're a gymnast, remember that you're not doing the same technique as a cast into a handstand on bars because you're not swinging into it the same way and it's more of a weight shift than of a lot of power. Before you swing up into the handstand, you want to keep your legs apart and on both sides of the canes and keep them as straight as possible. When you start swinging your legs, lean your shoulders forward as much as possible to balance out. Once your hip comes off of your elbow, you want to quickly bring your shoulders back directly above the cane. Remember to keep your arms straight. The more you arch your back, the less arm strength you'll need to push all the way up into the handstand. A lot of these tricks can be easily put together to create a short routine that actually looks nice. Here I did a drop from a handstand to a shoulder handstand. I could teach you guys how to do this in another video. So that's it for the video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions on certain movements that you have a hard time on. Also, please let me know if you'd like me to film a part 2 because there's a lot more tricks I could teach you guys on the canes or on the floor. So let me know which types of moves you want to see and I could do those.